Coming up this season on Hi-Fi Nation.
It turned out my grandmother had a secret that she cared about greatly, and so she deceived her children and all her relatives about this secret because it mattered most to her, and then she died.
So many of us feel obligated to honor the wishes of our loved ones after they've died. This feeling of obligation and the feeling that we're wronging someone if we don't respect their wishes, it's actually the basis for a lot of law.
So if, for example, you don't want your organs removed after death, in many legal jurisdictions we simply will leave your body intact.
You may be surprised to hear this, but trillions of dollars of the U.S. economy are tied up in executing the wishes of people who died a long time ago.
Hershey Kiss. Real milk chocolate, I love that Hershey bar.
For over 75 years now, 80 cents out of every dollar you spend on Hershey's chocolate is legally required to go into a trust that honors the wishes of Milton Hershey, who died in 1945.
He gave all of his property to a trust to create a school for the residence and accommodation of poor white male orphans.
A small boarding school founded for poor white orphans in Hershey, Pennsylvania, now has more money than entire countries in the hemisphere. If we were to now spend, according to Hershey's wishes, just 5% of the trust money on each orphan today would be getting $300,000 per year.
They aren't coming close to spending 5% of $12 billion on kids. They're spending more of like maybe 2% of their assets a year to run that school.
So what's happening with the rest of the money?
They spent $75 million of Orphans Trust money to renovate Hotel Hershey. They're paying the school president with salary and benefits and perks and expense accounts $750,000 for an orphanage, for a children's home. That sound right?
When you're obligated to honor the wishes of the dead, you start getting lots of fights about what the dead person wanted, and you never ask, what do we want? The first episode of Hi-Fi Nation, The Wishes of the Dead, an investigative report about the sheer amount of the U.S. economy tied to doing what dead people want rather than what living people want. We then turn to a philosophical investigation about the moral obligations we have, or don't have, to respect the wishes of the dead, and how we should organize our lives knowing that the future does not have us in it.